You're pretty when I'm drunk.
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 And I'm pretty fucking drunk.
Guys, Sunday. Yeah. Yesterday was Samantha's birthday, and me and Sam hung out most of the day, and then we were all supposed to go out to dinner, place of her choice, and Christine has got the either the flu or a cold. Always lovely at the start of the summer. So Sam's like, well, I certainly don't want to go out to eat and have her stay at home, so let's just plan this for another time. So, but it sort of works out. A good friend of mine's going to go with. He had things yesterday, and Sam's boyfriend had to work yesterday and doesn't on Tuesday, so that's now the new plan. So, I'm sorry. I had to choose Samantha over you. But it was just for that one day. We won't let it happen again until next year. What are we looking at today? Well, we're looking at Mosaic Session IPA, the Hop Odyssey series from Green Flash. Green Flash is a brewery that I can honestly say the stuff may not be, it hasn't all been a 10, but it's been some, they're a, you know, I'd rather see a brewery that turned out a whole lot of good stuff as opposed to a couple of excellent things and then some mouthwash. Green Flash does a good job. Oh, sorry. Contractual obligations, you know, this, being that this is a legitimate brew review channel, because I put so much effort into it. Let's see, what opener hasn't been used lately? You know, the gargoyle. The gargoyle from Alex. Speaking of Alex, I haven't done any video chats and shit lately, and when I have, I don't know where the hell Alex has been. I think Alex might have been abducted by an alien. I have to give him an old hello. Okay. Pour this. Oh, and it's in a big bottle too. So it's like I always say, that's a good thing if it's good. Otherwise, there's a lot of it if it sucks. Right off the bat, man, this is a lot. This is very clear. It's got almost a deep, almost Pilsner color to it. But I can tell you, already smelling those citrusy hops. Get out of my way! Sorry, I blew up right there. By the time you're seeing this, I did do a support video for my good friend Agent Chaos. Hopefully he will be here for the shoot this year. Last year he was hoping to be parked out back in an RV. Lord knows what would be going on in there. But work obligations, and that's the problem. You know, he's into music, and the band is kind of a weekend thing. So hopefully, my friend, this is a cheers to Agent Chaos. Oh yeah. Some of that shit's just funnier than hell. One of my personal favorites was Agent Chaos was laying face down on a beach and got an erection and struck oil, and I think cheers. Oh yeah, citrusy, hoppy. Who cares? Let's drink. .5% by volume. The one thing that I saw that I was just a wee bit. I like to see that number. On IPAs, I really like to see that number above a 7. 21, that's always nice too, but at least above a 7. Okay. Of course, you got the citrus up front. That's kind of a heavy light or a medium, no, a light heavy or a medium light mouthfeel. That's kind of like partially sunny or somewhat cloudy. I'm not exactly sure. They kind of one and the same, isn't it? Like the glass is half full, the glass is half empty. So you notice the citrus hit, grapefruit side of it, not really bold. Again, between the alcohol and what I'm experiencing, right off the bat I can tell you, if you're hop curious, this is probably one I'd put on the list, except after you get that citrus hit, there is a fairly aggressive, dry, bitter center. You know, and that's to the point where you're like, I wonder if this would even pour through a piece of cloth. It's not that bad. Then, after that dry bitter, nice little smooth, mellow area. Not as much of the bread or the biscuit finish as some, but still enough there. And that is something that I do like. I mean, if they can figure out how to get a ribeye finish, that would be okay too. Speaking of that, me and my buddy were gonna go put in a few hours this morning up at the job site. It's the place has been leased already, but the family that's in there, they were like cool if we wanted to be there on Saturdays or Sundays, and I don't know why that this didn't really come to either one of our thoughts, but 7 a.m., which is, I actually don't really like the 7 a.m. start. I prefer a 5 a.m. The sooner you start, the sooner you're done for the day. But of course, this one, we know that there's people in there sleeping, and I think she works nights, so she's really been a trooper for us, considering we're pounding the hell out of the outside of her house. That could mean something else. But you guys, I know will never figure that out. Right. So we worked yesterday, and I don't know, didn't seem weird yesterday, but this morning I get there, and it was just like this. I mean, this isn't a fairly heavy residential area, and it was like, not even the birds were making any noise. And it's like, okay, so I know they know that we could be here early and start pounding on the outside of their house, but that guy doesn't probably want to deal with it, and that guy doesn't want to deal with it. And of course, we're using a miter saw to cut the panels of siding, and there's really no quiet way to do that, so took care of a few things that didn't require really any noise, and just said screw it. And once again, I love the weatherman. It's like the weather forecast for last night, starting at about 10 o'clock, was rain, and it was supposed to be miserable today. Well, as soon as I'm done doing this and get this heading into the editor, I'm going to go outside and probably mow a little grass and do some more of these. Or vodka. Probably vodka. Just saying. This comes at you from the Keyport in the great booze capital of Wisconsin, Superior, Wisconsin. And my boys, Nick and Adam, good crew over there. Yeah, Chuck. Every time I mention Keyport, the Keyport liquor store, you almost can hear the air brakes outside. Psst. And the guy comes out of there with that little two-wheel cart. Where would you like it? Up Chuck's ass. Discouragingly, it's afternoon, and this is my first drink of the day. Last night, though, whole bunch of scalping, Ballast Point. What else did a Green Flash pallet wrecker. Did I drink that Dorado? Oh, damn. Oh. Tom, and many more of you. I think mowing the lawn and maybe the Lagunitas sucks. This was a gift from New York Half-Ass Prepper. I know that the Keyport in Superior, Wisconsin, the booze capital of the universe. Seriously, drive through downtown Superior, Wisconsin. If you had a little drinking game where your goal was to start on one end of town and have one drink or one beer at each bar as you work your way across town, you might make it to the center of town before you're shit-faced. So yeah, this 63 IBUs, 8% by volume. The Keyport's got really does have the handle nicely on Lagunitas beers, but I think it isn't that they have a hard time getting the sucks. It's that as soon as it hits the shelves, it's gone. And they get a fair amount of it, but it's that good. Right, Tom? The secret code would be Tom MS. Okay. Yeah, more of a very smooth, bready kind of finish. Like I said, if you are hop curious and you see Mosaic Session IPA from Green Flash, and you are hop curious, I do recommend this. There's just a little bit more of a bitter center than some, but overall, you're gonna get that fairly mild citrus up front, a little bit heavier on the dry bitter middle, and then a nice smooth bready finish. On the E scale, I'm gonna go with a nice a nice solid 8.5 for Mosaic from Green Flash. Politics, put them all on one island and let them continue to fuck it up and start over. Bring back the founding fathers and let's kick some ass and start over, because I don't care. It's always heading in the wrong direction, you know. I am trying to be better though. My oldest daughter, who I might have put her in the category a little bit more left than me, but she's got a lot of things that are, exactly my thoughts, but I think she just gives gives more latitude to people than I probably do. She pointed out that I might get farther on my Facebook posts if for instance, this is just an example. This is how I, might put up a picture. Like, for instance, the last one, which was the walls inside of Hitler's gas chambers, and the walls are completely covered in claw marks from human fingernails. A very sobering and sad image to see. And my thing, my title would have been something like, this is what libtard, douchebag, Democrat, piece of shit, founding father, hating, Obama butt-sucking loser what would like to continue to help Obama douchebag help remove all of the guns, because our world would be such a safer, more civilized place if we could just get rid of all the guns. So, as a bleeding heart loser libtard douchebag, I think we should just voluntarily turn in all of our firearms and let the government hold us from cradle to grave because they care about us. See, that's like how I would have done it. Now, if I was to actually take my daughter's advice, I might change that a little and soften it up and put something like, Steve, I'm trying. Probably something that I put, actually a comment that I had below it. Maybe I could have just led with that and not associated retardation with liberals and fascism and communism with liberals. Put aside that that's their goal and that's operandus normal, but I'm trying to find a calmer, gentler, feel-good side. And what I could have done is just posted the picture of the gas chamber, the room where millions of human beings, fathers, mothers, children, were executed by an Obama like person. And I could have just said, which is truth, Hitler himself did not go door to door and collect the guns. They got the sheeple, like liberals, to give all of their weapons. And then once he had all of the weapons, he murdered everybody. So sometimes I might get a little bit overly passionate and have a hard time dividing the line, because as of right now, other than the fact that me and Lily have had some pretty decent conversations, and I try to take what she says and implement it, and she has actually seen a lot of, like, for instance, the gun stuff. I personally think if she owned a gun, I personally think you would have a very, very hard time getting it from her hands. Maybe not Mule Team 66's cold dead hands, but right in there, somewhere in there. But my point is, these libtards, it is honestly a complete mental disorder. I know so many people that are rational, like-minded thinkers, and it's like, how is this shit not like, duh, dun, 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 Captain Obvious? How is it not a Captain Obvious moment? It's like Christine continuously says, all it is history repeating itself. We are dumb fucks, and we simply keep repeating history. And that's the exact same thing that's going on now. Obama's going to do everything he can. He's going to get as many sheep as he can to manipulate people and find the easily gullible ones. And that's sadly what I think is the biggest problem with the liberal thinking, is they really can't think for themselves. All they can do is, like for instance, I know it's a complete taking the left turn instead of staying straight on the freeway, but the crap that is said about like Fox News. What? Because you don't have Obama's member in your mouth, and that you actually try to report the news and find both sides of it, that somehow you are the whipping boy to the Republican Party? I don't think so. I think ABC, NBC, CNN is dying, but those ones, all they are is they probably call up, yeah, Obama, how exactly did you want us to report this? Right, okay. And we aren't going to get those, the 4 tickets to the correspondence dinner, right? Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Love you. So, yeah. The thing is kind of like what I told her is, Facebook is sort of like this channel. I have little tolerance on my bullshit meter. I mean, it's not that I'm against the other point, but I have yet to have a liberal try to offer up the other side of the coin without sounding like a complete moron and turning it to some form of a hate thing. I'm not going to mention any names, but the last time I saw something like that, my friend, who I knew who he was like offering facts. I know, it's a bizarre concept, especially in the libtard world. And the libtard was like doing what Obama does and just making shit up and hoping that enough gullible people will believe it. And by the time it was all over, we had facts on this side and your mama blows a goat or something from the libtard. It was like when you lost in the arena with no facts, it just turned to the 2-year-old mentality. What are we going to look at tomorrow? Not thought out once again, but Tardisius or Johnny? Looks like Johnny's got more shit in here, so let's go with something from Johnny. I like IPAs, and the first thing I see is IPA. Brewed in East Texas from Cedar Creek Brewing, and I guess this is the it's got to be some form of a medieval, since how there's a Loch Ness Monster or whatever. Their IPA. 16 fluid ounces, means there's a whole bunch of it. That's a good thing. Dankosaurus. Used to be heavy into that shit as a kid, and I'm not quite sure, unless it's got to be one of the water ones. It's like Nessie. Nessie-ish, if not what Nessie's supposed to be. 70 IBUs, good. I'm pretty sure that's not the alcohol percentage. It's got to be on here. Why would they put the IBUs on here and not put the actual alcohol? But I'm immediately not seeing it, so I'll have to look this over a little bit better. Okay. Let's do this tomorrow. Monday. Should be a Monday. It's not that I really like Mondays, but this particular week, since how there was no such thing as sleeping in because it was a 7-dayer. Technically, I guess there is no Monday. So cheers, guys. Again, check out the other the ebomey video for Agent Chaos, and if you're not already subbed to his channel, I mean it. Go over there right now, hit the subscribe button, and then get involved, because I mean, we don't have to do much. A VR, basically just kissing his ass. I mean, it's probably really easy for Travis and Heffy, but and Ed can get all the way up there too. I mean, like waiters kind of in there. So cheers, guys. Enjoy your Sunday. Hope the weather is as nice where you are as it is here right now. It is a, oh yeah, you gotta like that. It is 69 degrees. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow. Cheers, everybody.